Hello everyone and welcome to this complete basic SAP training for beginners. Whether you are a student, a fresh graduate or a professional looking to switch careers, this course will give you a strong foundation in one of the most powerful business software systems in the world. Today we will cover what SAP is, its major modules, how to navigate the system, essential transaction codes, and best practices. By the end of this training, you will feel confident starting your SAP journey. So, let's begin this exciting learning adventure. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more SAP content. Let's get started. So, what exactly is SAP? SAP stands for Systems, Applications, and Products in Data Processing. It is a leading enterprise resource planning software used by thousands of companies worldwide to manage their core business processes in one integrated system. Instead of using separate software for finance, sales, purchasing, and HR, SAP brings everything together. This integration helps companies make faster and better decisions. SAP is used by 99% of Fortune 500 companies. In simple words, if a company wants to run its operations smoothly and efficiently, SAP is usually their first choice. In history, SAP was founded in 1972 in Germany by 5 former IBM employees. Their vision was to create a standard software that could process business data in real time. From a small startup, SAP grew rapidly. In 1992, they launched R3, which became a massive success. Today, SAP S4HANA is their latest flagship product, running on advanced in-memory computing. Understanding this journey helps us appreciate why SAP has become the backbone of modern enterprise across the globe. Why should you learn SAP? Here are the biggest benefits. First, excellent career opportunities and high salaries. SAP consultants are always in demand. Second, global recognition. SAP skills are valued worldwide. Third, you learn real businesses and processes, not just software. Companies that use SAP need skilled professionals who can configure, support, and optimize the process. Learning SAP can open doors to roles in consulting, IT, finance, supply chain, and many more. Let's understand how SAP works internally. SAP follows a three-tier architecture: the presentation layer, where you interact, the application layer, where business logic runs, and the database layer, where all data is stored. This client server model allows thousands of users to work simultaneously without slowing down the system. Understanding this basic architecture will help you troubleshoot issues and communicate better with different technical teams. So, this is a very clean three-tier isometric view of SAP. SAP has many modules that cover different business areas. The most important ones are FI for finance, CO for controlling, MM for materials management, SD for sales and distribution, PP for production planning, HR for human capital management, QM for quality management, PM for plant maintenance. Each module is powerful on its own, but they are tightly integrated with each other. For example, when you sell a product in SD, it automatically updates inventory in MM and accounting in FI. So, let's have a brief overview of FI. The finance module is called SAP FI. It's one of the most widely used modules. It handles general ledger, accounts payable, accounts receivable, asset accounting, and bank accounting. With SAP FI, companies get real-time financial visibility. automated reconciliation, and compliance-ready reports. If you want to work in finance or controlling, mastering SAP FI is extremely valuable and you can add value to your portfolio and company's objectives. Two very important modules are MM and SD. Materials management handles the complete procurement process from purchase requisition to goods receipt and invoice verification. It manages inventory levels and warehouse operations. On the other side, sales and distribution manages the entire sales cycle from quotation creation, sales order, delivery to final billing. These two modules are deeply integrated. For example, when a sales order is created in SD, it automatically generates requirements in MM for stock availability. Understanding MM and SD helps you see the full procure to pay and order to pay cash business cycles. Here's how you start using SAP. First, open the SAP GUI application, select the correct system, enter your client number, user ID and password. After successful login, you will land on the SAP Easy Access screen. This screen is your home base. On the top, you have the menu bar and standard toolbar with useful buttons like Save, Back and New Session. You can create your own favorites folder on the left side for frequently used transactions. Take your time to get comfortable with the screen. Mastering the initial login and navigation is the first big step towards working confidently in SAP. Learning navigation is the foundation skill in SAP. You can navigate in two main ways, using the menu path or by directly entering transaction codes in the command field at the top. For example, type VA01 or press enter to create a new sales order. You can open multiple sessions using the new session button, which is very useful when working on different tasks simultaneously. Other important keys include F3 for back, F4 for search help, and F11 to save. Mastering these shortcuts will save you a lot of time and make your work much faster and more efficient. Transaction codes, commonly called T codes, are shortcuts that let you jump directly to any function in SAP. Here are some most known codes: SE16 or SC16N for viewing tables, ME21N for creating purchase orders, VA01 for sales order creation, FB50 for posting journal entries, and MM01 for creating material masters. Instead of clicking through long menu paths, simply type the T code and press enter. I strongly recommend maintaining your own T code list categorized by module. This habit will significantly boost your speed and confidence once you work in the system. In SAP, data is divided into two main categories: master data and transaction data. Master data is the core information that rarely changes, such as material master, customer master, vendor master, and employee records. Transaction data includes day-to-day documents like sales orders, purchase orders, and invoices. Master data acts as the foundation. If it's incorrect, all transactions will be affected. That's why proper creation and maintenance of master data is extremely important in every SAP project. So you can see in the picture the foundational and reference information is in master data, while other has the transactional data. So here's how basic data entry works in SAP. You open the relevant transaction, fill in the mandatory fields marked with the check mark, and use the enter key to validate the data. The system will immediately show errors or warnings if something is wrong. Always review important fields before saving the document. After saving, SAP generates a unique document number for future reference. Good practice is to work carefully and double check entries. Accuracy in data entry is one of the most valued skills in any SAP support or execution role. One of the strongest features of SAP is its powerful reporting capability. You can run standard reports using T codes or use tools like SAP Query and Report Painter for custom reports. Commonly used reports include stock overview, aging analysis, sales performance, and financial statements. Most reports allow you to filter data, sort columns, and export directly to Excel. Being able to extract accurate and timely reports is a highly demanded skill that can differentiate you as an SAP professional. So now we will discuss some common SAP terms and glossary. Let's quickly cover some essential SAP terminologies. ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. GUI means graphical user interface, the screen you work on. A client is an independent business unit within the SAP system. Company code represents a legal entity for financial reporting. Other important terms include plant, a manufacturing or storage location, and organizational units. Familiarity with these terms will help you understand discussions with senior consultants, functional teams, and during different project meetings. So this is the summary of key terminology and glossary. Here are some proven best practices for SAP beginners. Practice consistently every single day, even if it's only 30 to 40 minutes. Focus on understanding the business process behind each transaction instead of just memorizing steps. Maintain your personal notes and T codes list. Use a practice system or IDES environment freely. Don't hesitate to make mistakes while learning. Stay curious, ask questions, and always try to learn the why behind every process. Consistency and patience are the real keys to mastering SAP. Congratulations, you have successfully completed the basic SAP training for beginners. Throughout the course, we covered what SAP is, its major modules, system navigation, important transaction codes, master data concepts, reporting, and best practices for new learners. Your next step should include regular hands-on practice in a sandbox system, choosing one module to dive deeper into, and eventually preparing for SAP certification exams. So that's it about the key learning summary, your next steps, and call to action and beyond. So always go through the key modules, maintain your data and notes. Thank you once again for joining the basic SAP training session. I hope you now have a clear understanding of SAP fundamentals and feel motivated to continue your learning journey. This is just the beginning. SAP is a vast and rewarding field. Feel free to ask any questions in the comments and I will try my best to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can never miss future SAP tutorials and advanced modules. Wishing you all the very best. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and success will follow you. See you in the next video. Take care. Until next time. Bye bye.